Hello and welcome to Healthy India. I'm Lottie Yalaric. Well folks, as you're well aware, this is your program wherein we talk about various health conditions. We invite a set of experts who tell you as to how to recognize symptoms of certain diseases, how to identify them even further, and which doctor to see for which ailment. So in our effort to see you all healthy, today we will be talking about something rather important but something rather common and which goes largely ignored. Yes, today we will be speaking about common back problems. To talk about the same, I have in the studio an eminent panel of guests. It is my privilege to welcome Dr. Raju Vaishya, who is an orthopedic surgeon with the Apollo Hospital. Sitting to his right is Dr. Deepti Vibha, who is an associate professor of neurology at the Institute of Liver and Biliary Sciences. And to my left is Suneel Singh, the well-known yoga guru. So I take this opportunity of welcoming three of you to the studio.
Thank you.
Well, folks, before we start talking to our experts and before I start inviting you to ask your queries, let's take a look at this report.
Backache is one of the most common ailments of mankind. Experts estimate that roughly 80% of people experience back pain at some point in their lives, and slightly more men suffer from it than women. Back pain, also known as dorsalgia, is pain felt in the back that usually originates from the muscles, nerves, bones, joints or other structures in the spine. The pain can often be divided into neck pain, upper back pain, lower back pain or tailbone pain. It may have a sudden onset or can be a chronic pain. It can be constant or intermittent, stay in one place or radiate to other areas. It may be a dull ache or a sharp or piercing or burning sensation. The pain may radiate into the arm and hand, in the upper back or in the lower back, and might radiate into the leg or foot and may include symptoms other than pain such as weakness, numbness or tingling. Backache is largely caused by sitting, standing or stooping for a long time and is prevalent amongst all age groups. A large proportion of people spend a majority of their time sitting in front of computers or desks or cars and other vehicles. The sitting posture puts pressure on our back and the constituent muscles, thus result in backache. Sudden jerks or movements can also result in back pain. Several conditions such as osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, viral infection, bladder or kidney infection, gynecological problems in women, tumors and trauma can also cause backache. Excess weight or wearing wrong type of shoes can also result in back pain. Regular exercises that strengthen our abdominal muscles are the best solution to treat backache. Maintaining the right posture and keeping our body weight in check can go a long way in the prevention and cure of backache. Bureau Report, Lok Sabha TV.
Well, the report does say that 80% of people can experience back pain at some point in their lives or others. So my question is to you, Dr. Raju, so then does it mean that back problems are much more common than we would essentially like to believe?
Yes, back pain, especially in now young people and middle-aged and elderly, is quite common because of our occupation, postural habits, and sometimes because of aging of the spine.
Right.
Rarely it can also happen or affect children. If it happens in children, it is very serious and should be taken very seriously and investigated properly, because children normally should not have back pain.
Right.
And you know, there are a variety of causes for back pain in young people, elderly and middle age. The most common which we see nowadays in young people especially is due to occupation. Those doing sitting job for long hours together in one posture, sitting right angle, sitting in bending posture without supporting the back, usually experience back pain in the age of 25 to 30, and if it becomes chronic, it leads to permanent back pain which may travel in leg and arm, and sometimes they may require even surgery.
Right.
So it should be taken very seriously.
All right. Well, so if such a large number of patients do come out of it, I think the credit should go to people like Suneel probably. So Suneel, what kind of patients do you see on a daily basis like these?
Very good question. In fact, I'm getting every time people are having problem related to their neck problem and their spine. Generally what happened, doctors have even said also, I want to endorse one more thing about this. Generally what happens due to stress also, I've came across many people who are having cervical problem, you know. when I asked the reason, what was the reason, they said we have got stressed. Whenever we got stressed, we got squeeze that particular portion. Sometimes their diet, sometimes their eating habits, what basically they are eating. And we tell them many simple exercise, subtle kriyas, yogic kriyas. If you are having problem, if you practice these kriyas again and again, you will get relief of your problem. If you are not having, the prevention also very better, better for the these exercises. We teach them many asanas, simple asanas, and if chronic, then we advise them that you got to practice these asanas under the guidance of yoga guru, or before, or you take the permission from the doctor.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad, Sunil, that you did mention that yoga must always be performed under a supervision, a supervising person if you have somebody, because maybe just looking at some CDs or maybe just talking to friends will not help, because these are specialized exercises and it is always better to have an instructor with you. Now, well, he did mention that, but as I said, what is the reason, I still would want to know that why does it go largely ignored? And very interestingly, the report said that it is men who suffer more of back problems than women, but generally people believe it is women who complain, or maybe we complain a little more than men do.
Yeah, men probably experience more back pain than females because of their increased physical activity, and until now mostly men were going to offices, working. Now of course females are equally going, but still may not be to the same magnitude. That's why probably men are suffering more, and it usually goes ignored initially because people experience back pain which gets settled with rest and then come back again. So they take it as a natural consequence of their job or over stress, but and take occasional painkiller without even the advice of a doctor. And once it becomes a habit, and once the pain progresses, then only they come for consultation.
Right. So that is probably the reason. Yeah. So now, Deepthi, we do see a lot of people with the kind of lifestyles that people lead these days. I mean, overweight is a problem which many people face. So how much of this has to do with obesity? If people are obese, then obviously they'll have some problems.
Yeah, like I told you that the transmission of the weight through the back carries a lot of importance when it comes to back pain. So it is compounded by unphysiological posture, like Dr. Vash said, slouching or sitting in an unphysiological or a stressful position for prolonged hours. And on top of that, if the patient is obese, then he's also carrying that weight on top of his body weight, and that is adding to the traction or the pull or the force that is being applied on the back. And on top of that, if the physical activity is less, so the muscles become weak over time, they're disused, they're not kept in proper use, and the bone has to bear the entire weight. And with age, things keep on degenerating. So when the degenerating process also comes into play, so all these factors compound and cause a chronic back problem. And it can again have a precipitating event, like somebody pulling up something or lifting up something, and all of a sudden there's a jerk and you have a very bad back pain which keeps you in the bed for next 6 to 7 weeks, and you keep on hoping that it'll go away someday. You keep on popping over the counter pills, and ultimately you have to see a physician because nothing is helping.
That's right. So Sunil, for a person who's obese, what would you advise them really? Of course, yoga, yes. What kind of asanas, and also what other physical exercises can these people do?
Let me tell you about this. Basically, people who are suffering, those who are obese and all, what they're supposed to do before performing yoga and all, there are certain dynamic asanas in yoga also. Sun salutation. If they perform sun salutation, early dinner, certain things they got to do, they got to take into consideration also. And after that, they got to perform certain asanas which will make their stomach muscles strong. So which is giving support to your back. So there are certain asanas called Uttan Padasana, Bhujangasana, Chakrasana, many asanas are there. And initially we teach them many exercises to reduce the weight. Means reduce the many asanas, I'm sorry. So ultimately after some time they reduce the weight, their metabolic rate increases. So their body use maximum fat to keep themselves, So there are certain kriyas, if they time and again they perform every day on daily basis. So they are going to get the advantage out of this.
Right. Now, why I'm asking is this, that when a person is highly obese, they feel that none of the exercises are going to help me. So if one is really overweight, can such a person be helped with yoga?
Yes, we tell them, thrice a week they are supposed to do yoga. They do a little bit walking also, swimming they are supposed to do. They've got to curtail their calories and all. There are many things, you know, not basically yoga they are performing. There are other factors also involved. We tell them, you know, you appetite about. We tell them don't eat fat things and all, sweets and other things. So it's basically, I will not tell that only yoga is going to help him out.
That's
or
right,
her.
right.
In totality, it is going to help out. Like his eating habits, what basically he's eating, what kind of yoga he's performing, whether he's having sedentary lifestyles. Many factors count, you know. If
That's right. So it depends from person to person. Really.
Very correct, ma'am.
All right. So, Dr. Raju, now for an obese person who is really overtly obese, if I would use the term. So, in such a case, what kind of stress does it have on the spine, and how serious can this really get in later years or maybe months?
Right. As has been mentioned before, if you have a big tummy, there is a pull by this tummy onto the spine, and if your spine is already degenerate or weak, or if you have a disc prolapse, then it further compounds the problem. So unless until you reduce that tummy, it's always going to happen. No medicine, nothing will help. So weight reduction is of paramount importance, and one should not take a simple excuse that it is not possible to do exercise.
Right.
Everything is possible. And most obese people, when come for consultation, have single most common first answer that I don't know why I'm obese, I don't eat anything.
Right.
Very correct.
And also, I do not have the time to exercise, right?
Yes,
that's another
that's
thing
true.
which comes in. Well, so people, if you are tuned in, this is Healthy India, and today we are talking about common back problem. And if you just heard the doctor, the most common reason is that people feel that, oh, I do not eat anything, but I'm still getting heavier. Well, while you think about that, we'll go in for a very short break, but do come back quickly, as when you come back, you can call us on our toll-free numbers, which are 1800115314 and 23035420. So we'll be back very quickly. Welcome back. This is Healthy India, and today we are talking about common back problems. We are telling you about the causes, why these are caused, and how these can be identified, and how you can really get rid of all those kind of pains. But as I just told you, people, you can pick up your phone and call us. Our lines are open, and the numbers are 1800115314 and 2303. Having said that, we are joined by Mr. C.M. Jethli at this point. Mr. Jethli is from Mumbai. So, Mr. Jethli, if you are with me, welcome to the show.
हाँ नमस्कार
जी
देखिए, पहले मेरा वजन 105 किलो था
जी
और डायबिटीज और ब्लड प्रेशर प्रॉब्लम है, और परहेज करने से मैं अपना जो वजन है 70 के नीचे ले आया हूँ
जी।
अभी प्रॉब्लम ये होती है कि यदि मैं सिर्फ 5 मिनट भी खड़ा रहता हूँ या थोड़ा भी चलता हूँ, जो कमर है, कमर के ऊपर इतना दुखना शुरू हो जाता है कि असहनीय होता है। तो मैं कोई है ना कि दर्द निवारक गोली पैरासिटामोल या ब्रूफेन कोई गोली दवा नहीं ले रहा, अवॉइड करता हूँ। तो इसके लिए कोई योगा में कुछ या कुछ और देसी दवा का कुछ है क्या, कुछ इलाज कि जिससे जो तकलीफ मेरी दूर हो जाए?
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Jethli, thank you so much for that question. I do not know about the Desi Ilaj factor, but yes, I can ask the yoga guru for what you can do.
जेटली साहब नमस्कार। सबसे पहली बात तो यह है कि अगर आपके कमर दर्द हो रहा है तो आप अपने योगा से किस तरह, मैं योगा के बारे में बता सकता हूँ, देसी इलाज के बारे में मुझे कुछ नहीं मालूम है। हाँ, लेकिन ये मैं ज़रूर कहूँगा कि आप भुजंगासन को अगर आपने देखा है, अगर आपको नित्य प्रतिदिन भुजंगासन का अभ्यास करना चाहिए। कुछ योग की सूक्ष्म क्रियाएं होती हैं जिनमें हम क्या करते हैं, अपने शरीर को पीछे की ओर मोड़ते हैं। अपनी शक्ति अनुसार, अपनी क्षमता अनुसार उसका आप अभ्यास करें, और ये बेहतर रहेगा अगर किसी योग गुरु के सानिध्य में अगर आप सीखेंगे तो जीवन पर्यंत इसका आप निरंतर अभ्यास कर पाएंगे आने वाले वक्त पे भी। और बाकी मैं देसी दवा के संदर्भ में कुछ नहीं बता सकता हूँ। हाँ, एक जरूर बताऊँ, घरेलू नुस्खे में अगर आप चाहें तो अपने डाइट में आप एक से 2 लहसुन की जो कली होती है उसका सेवन प्रातःकाल बासी मुँह अगर आप करते हैं तो उससे बहुत आपको लाभ होगा।
Well, so Mr. Jethli, I do hope that you've got the answer to both your questions there. So deeply, I'd like to come to you here. Now we are, hearing all these kind of causes and the problems that lead to back pain. But when does it become a neuro problem?
Yeah, so back pain is itself mediated by neural structure.
Right.
So everything that is sensitive to pain will produce pain. One should be well aware of the conditions in which patient should not be careless, like should take immediate medical attention. These problems are when the pain radiates to your hands or to your legs, so goes down, जिसको आप common language में sciatica कहते हैं.
Sciatica, right.
Okay, so and especially also if there is neck pain associated and it's going to the arms. Second alarming symptom is that if it is associated with weakness or numbness of any limb. So if your touching and feeling goes impaired, or if if there is some evidence of power loss, your grip becomes weak, or the foot drops and you're not able to wear your slippers, that is an alarming symptom.